Hello there, people of the internet. I am out here doing some ammunition testing, and there's something that I want to test here. So I did what you should not do, just fair warning. I purposefully made some soft cast lead projectiles for my number one Mark III. I am running them gas checked because well, long story short, what I'm doing here is I am actively trying to get leading inside of my SMLE. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to test how to get around leading issues and maintain accuracy downrange. And in doing so, you still have the ability to cast your own rounds. And the reason why I'm testing this is because I want to push these rounds to their absolute limit. And even if you have like a super hard cast round that is like properly lubed up, properly sized, has a gas check on it, you can't really push that thing beyond like to 2,200 feet per second. We're going to go and say that. That just cannot move all that fast, because if it goes faster, it's going to tear itself apart as it goes down the barrel and leave lead deposits inside your barrel. And as you do that, it's going to hinder accuracy with your rifle. Well, I want to see if I can find a way to get past that, and I have a pretty good way that I think is going to work relatively well. So we're going to sit down with my number one Mark III. I have a paper target out there, and I want to test to see if shooting that paper target with these lead rounds is going to cause keyholing. I think that I can probably get 3, maybe 4 shots off before I see keyholing due to leading issues. That being said, if I fire, say, 3 rounds of these cast lead rounds, and then 1 round of a jacketed bullet, then it's going to get rid of all of that leading inside of that barrel, and then I can fire another 3 cast rounds, and then another jacketed round, another 3 cast, another jacketed round, and I'm hoping to bypass the leading issue altogether. And if I can manage that, then I can send these bullets at far greater velocities than I probably should, but I'm going to experiment, try it, see what I can and can't do. Because if I can just fire a jacketed round downrange, then I can enjoy shooting these lead projectiles. Like, I can crank up the velocity on these sons of guns, and we can see what a lead projectile can really do. So I guess let's go ahead and get started. I freshly cleaned the Lee Enfield to make sure that there is no leading inside of it whatsoever. I'm going to do a 3-shot group down at the paper plate with these softer lead rounds. They're made from like wheel weights, so they are an alloy. They're just not that great of an alloy, and they are definitely not going to survive the 2,000 feet per second that I'm currently firing them at. They are gas checked, they are lubed, so this should be okay. So I'm going to fire 3 rounds down there, and then I'm going to fire a jacketed bullet, and then do another 3-round group, and then another jacketed bullet. And I guess we'll check and see if we have any keyholes down there. Why not? Let's see what we can do here. So first things first, I'm going to tell you guys right now, the magazine in this particular rifle absolutely sucks, so I'm probably just going to single load these. And that's fine for the flat range that we're shooting at. So these are 180 grain cast lead rounds. Hold on. Nope, these are in fact the right ones. These are 180 grain cast lead rounds. They're a 312.5 diameter projectile. They've been gas checked. They're properly lubed. For all intents and purposes, these right here should work well, other than the fact that they're soft leading. I did that purposefully to get leading inside of the rifle to see if I could bypass it. Because if I can bypass leading, then I can launch these bullets at some pretty substantial velocities. Alright, 3-shot group with these soft lead rounds. Alright, there's 1 shot. Here is shot number 2. There's 2 shots. I'm not really going for tremendous group accuracy, just because I'm not all that great of a shooter. I just want to see if these are going to keyhole or not. Maybe we'll sit down, bench rest with like a proper setup, and see just how accurate these rounds actually are. Alright, there's number 3. Fantastic. And now I'm going to fire a jacketed projectile. This right here is just a soft point round that I got no idea, quite frankly, where it came from. But I'm going to send it just at the car. There we go. That cleared out whatever leading was starting to build up inside the barrel. Now, normally, this round and subsequent rounds would probably start to keyhole about right now. So if I can send another 3-round group and we don't have keyholes on that target, I know that my method here is working. There's one. I tell you what, sending 3-round groups downrange while having to single load your rifle like this is a lot less efficient than just using the magazine. There's 2, and here's number 3. All right, let me go grab that bad boy. We're gonna see if we have any keyholing problems. All right, here's our target, and hear me out on this. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 that are not keyholed, and then we got 2 that are. So maybe I can fire 2 of these super soft rounds and then fire a jacketed round and not have keyholing issues, because I'm betting that 3rd round is probably where we have enough leading built up to cause keyholing problems, and that's what we're seeing here. So I'm going to go ahead, fire a jacketed round, and then I'm going to do 2-shot groups at our target down there, and we're going to see if that stops the keyholing. And then I'll know that for this particular setup, I could fire 2 of these super soft rounds and then just a jacketed bullet and avoid the keyholing problem. And that would be really cool to know. And then I'll up the velocity, and I'll up the velocity, and I'll up the velocity some more. And we'll see what it is that we can get these bullets to do. Because, I mean, obviously I can hard cast these rounds, and with those hard cast rounds, man, if I can send one of those hard cast rounds at like standard velocity, like send 2 or 3 of them, and then a jacketed round to get rid of the leading problem to where I get accuracy again, that would be awesome, dude. That would be really cool. All right, so again, we're not going for accuracy with these, not at all. I'm gonna go ahead and put this paper plate target back out there. We're gonna do 2-shot groups and see if we get any keyholing issues. All right, so first things first, I've got to clean the leading from the rifle with a full metal jacket round. So put the old full metal jacket in there. I'm just gonna shoot at the car. Actually, I got a steel target out there. Well, steel target's still standing. I'm impressed. So that probably cleared out most of the leading inside of the rifle. Set that down. Now I'm going to do 2-shot groups at our paper plate target out there. Let's see if we have keyholing issues. All right, that was cool. Something went flying down there. There's 1 shot, and here's shot number 2. See, this is why you want to do testing with these rifles, to figure out how many rounds you can get with what kind of ammo. So that was a 2-shot group. Now we're going to do another jacketed round at our steel target out there. Well, we hit the steel target. It's still standing. That steel target, there's nothing holding it up. I literally just have it leaned against the grill out there, car. It's against something. All right, another 2-shot group with these soft lead rounds. So we know we had 2 keyholed rounds on that target before. So if we still just have 2 keyholed rounds on that target, we're doing pretty good. All right, there's my 2 rounds. Now we're gonna send another jacketed round at my steel target, because why not? It's looking at me funny down there. Well, it definitely moved that time. All right, we're gonna do another 2 rounds of this soft lead ammo. All right, there's 1 round, and here is number 2. Okie dokie. I'm gonna go down there, grab that plate, we're gonna have a look at it. Okay, good news. Not great news, but good news. Because I see a whole lot of round holes on this paper plate, and I only see 2 new keyholes. It's possible that it might need like more than 1 round going through it, like more than 1 jacketed round going through it to clear out all of the rifling. More testing is needed. But this right here is promising. These are, after all, soft lead rounds. If I use like a hard cast round, I could probably get like 3, 4, 5 shots at really decent velocities before I have to try and get leading out of the rifle. But as we can see here, we fired, I don't know how many times. We got, that looks like maybe one. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. It looks like a piece of the plate broke off. We're going to call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like we got 9 round holes on this plate. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 that were actually keyholes. This might be a keyhole right there, so maybe potentially 5. But the point that I'm trying to make here is sending that jacketed round seems to have helped. Because after those first 2 shots, all of these should be keyholed, because there's definitely going to be leading inside of that barrel with this softer lead that I'm currently using. So that right there is promising, and that absolutely warrants more testing. I'm going to try doing the same test again with hard cast rounds, see how many rounds I can get at like, say, 2,500 feet per second before it starts to keyhole from leading. And then I'm going to put jacketed rounds inside of it and see how many rounds I can get on target before I start having issues. That's really cool. That's actually exceptionally cool. I really, really like the results that I saw here, because that yields, this right here is not exactly perfect in terms of what I was wanting to see, but this definitely tells me that there is potential here to be able to get around the leading problem of these cast lead rounds. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. All right, cool. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. The description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next episode. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.